Today we are taking a look at Alzheimer's disease and kids. It's a confusing disease that adults don't know much about, and it can be even more confusing for a child to understand. These are snapshots of Richard Taylor, also known as Bud, high school teacher, counselor, actor, sailor, volunteer at the Fresno Chaffee Zoo.
Lots of humor, just happy, always there for everybody. He's a wonderful stepdad, grandfather, uncle.
Bud's wife, Marcia, says life changed when he turned 70 years old.
In the beginning, there were the forgetfulness, and there's good days and bad days. And so then the driving became unsafe lane changes and pulling out in front of cars and things that concerned me.
Bud was officially diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease in 2007. He's not alone. According to the Alzheimer's Association, an estimated 5.3 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease, and every 70 seconds someone will develop Alzheimer's. Marjorie Minnie is the executive director of Valley Caregiver Resource Center in Fresno. VCRC offers caregiving advocacy and support for families in 9 counties throughout the San Joaquin Valley. Marjorie says the disease usually develops after age 60, and the risk goes up with age.
And generally, we probably see 1 in every 10 of people who turn 65 and older who get the disease. And then those 85 and older, probably a minimum of about 50% of them have dementia.
Alzheimer's is a puzzling disease. There is no known cause, no known way to prevent it, nor is there a cure. It is a degenerative disorder of the brain which can produce a gradual loss of memory and a decline in other intellectual functions. Marjorie calls Alzheimer's a family disease, affecting loved ones of all ages, even the very young.
For instance, using a grandchild, maybe they haven't been to visit Grandma and Grandpa for a couple of weeks, and when they first burst in the house, you've got a 4 or 5-year-old little girl, really exuberant. Grandpa doesn't know who it is. For a few minutes, he may not recognize.
2 years after being diagnosed, Bud remains involved in family life. That includes activities with granddaughter Annika. But Marcia says those interactions have become fewer.
They'll go out in the backyard together and just, watch the dogs run around. And he likes to do puzzles and things with the kids. And it's less now that he can do.
A child might feel a number of different emotions when a family member is suffering from Alzheimer's disease, including grief at the gradual losses their loved one experiences, loneliness due to a parent focusing his or her attention on the ill family member, self-consciousness about being in public with their loved one, fear about the chances that he or she might get Alzheimer's, frustration due to the changes in their loved one's behavior or personality, and anxiety about how to relate to their loved one.
Many of them shy away. They don't want to come back because it's so different than it was before.
There are ways to help a child cope. You can assess the child's need for counseling and, if needed, seek help. Notify the child's teacher and provide them with information about Alzheimer's disease. And most importantly, keep the lines of communication open.
Have that visiting and companionship as often as possible so that it's not a very frightening experience when the young child comes if they haven't been there for 2 or 3 weeks.
Answer a child's questions about Alzheimer's disease with age-appropriate answers. Books can help.
Mom says that Grammy is very sad about leaving the farm where she and Grandpa lived.
Education can reduce fears and anxiety.
They have grown, the younger ones have grown up with it. And so it's just been explained that this is a disease in his head and that he can't help it. And it's nice at our home that we have a playroom. So if he's not feeling up to them being in the family room, they can go in there. But we try to do a lot of things together.
We got that together, didn't we?
Three of us.
For more information on living with Alzheimer's, you can call the Valley Caregiver Resource Center in Fresno. The number is 224-9154.
This program funded in part by First 5 Fresno County. At First 5, we focus on the first 5 years of life. We fund programs and services that better the lives of children in Fresno County.
Additional funding from First 5 Tulare County. Changing lives and building futures. Because it's all about the kids.
And First 5 Madera County, strengthening communities through the Family Resource Centers, where it's all about the kids.